Hello, my friends. So glad to be back with another episode of breaking down my music that no one listens to. Today we have an electronic track called Cuckoo. I made it about a year and a half ago, I think, for a monthly songwriting challenge that I participate in sometimes. And in this challenge, each month has a theme or a certain guideline that it's recommended you follow. And for this month's challenge, the theme was microtonal. So without any further ado, I'll just let the track play, and then after we listen to it, I'll talk about how I made it. So there's Cuckoo. It's a fun track. You'll have to excuse me. We're in the middle of a heat wave here in Los Angeles, and I do not have air conditioning in my little garage studio here. So I've got the fan pointed at me. I hope it's not too loud or distracting. So like I said, this was written for a monthly songwriting challenge, and the theme of that month was microtonal. So the first thing I thought to myself was, what instrument am I going to be able to play something microtonal on? There are my stringed instruments, of course, but I'm more of a synth guy, generally speaking. And I recalled that the Korg Monologue, which was the first synth I ever bought, has microtonal scales built into it. So I went into the settings, I changed the tuning to one of those scales. I just kind of picked one I liked the sound of. And started recording these little riffs. So you can see I have my monologue bus here, and this is kind of the main riff. It's a very basic sound. It's just a triangle wave with a little bit of noise on it. It's one of my favorite synth sounds of all time. Yeah, so I recorded that main kind of riff there. Then we've also got, later on, there's this kind of bridge section. Later on, we've got this sound. And what I was trying to do there was make kind of a tabla sound, like a tabla drum, but I was trying to make that sound with the monologue. It kind of fulfills the role of a tabla drum in the song. I don't know. It doesn't exactly sound like the real thing, but it's a cool sound, and I played it sort of like you would play a drum. You know, I was slapping the key with my finger. So it's a cool sound. So those two sounds are the Korg monologue. Then the other microtonal element was this harp I've got, this little harp about yay big. Not a big harp, not like a, it's like a lap harp. Or maybe it's not even, maybe there's another word for it. Like a lyre, maybe? It's just a small wooden block with a hole in it and, 15 to 20 strings. And it's really hard to keep in tune. So basically, all I really use it for is kind of weird microtonal string sounds. So I recorded this sort of slow strum across the strings. Which, with a lot of reverb on it, is a really, really cool sound. It's kind of haunting. It's got sort of a creepy, supernatural vibe to it, which I really dig. And I recorded some other little harp licks. This is one of my favorite things to do, which you'll know if you've seen any of the other videos in this series, which is I like to record a bunch of little pieces of an instrument and then layer them all together in a stereo field and pan them around to the left and right. You can end up with some really cool soundscapes that way. It's neat. It's like a little sound world we're living in. I like that kind of thing. And it gets denser and denser, of course, as time goes on. So, sounds pretty cool. And you can see here, because I'm writing microtonally and I have free license to kind of go outside of any key, all I have to do to kind of vary this harp motif is pitch it up like a little more than half a semitone. And so it sounds pretty compelling, actually. Just a simple pitch shift. That's cool. I've got these little sort of risers, build-ups I made also with the Korg monologue. Just this little repeating sequence of notes. Works as a riser. The drums. I think the drums are the coolest part of the song, probably. I really like this main kind of drum section pattern. So of course you've got your kick and snare. We've got sort of a 4/4 pattern going against the 3/4 time signature of the song. As well as the kick and snare, we've got this little electronic percussion section. is made up of samples. We've got like a wood block, a clave, really sharp clave, and this nice big kind of... What's the sample I used here? Let's see. This is Drumulation by UVI. It's one of my favorite drum sampler plugins. It's got a great library of sort of retro drum machine sounds, and one of them happened to be this... it's a taiko drum sample. And it sounds great. It's got this really round, fat sound. I love what that contributes to the drum section. So we've got all of that. Kick, snare, E percussion. That's really funky if you ask me. And then shaker and tambourine, which I always say adding shaker and tambourine is instantly adding like 30% groove to your drums easily. It's so easy. It takes just a few minutes and it just contributes so much groove and rhythm and feel. So everything together in the drum section sounds like this. Then we've got, so I ran the drum section through my modular synth on my desk, through my two Clouds modules. And if you don't know, those modules kind of freeze incoming audio and process it in interesting ways. So I'd have the drums coming in, and I added modulation, rhythmic modulation, that would make the delay times and some other settings kind of jump around rhythmically. So you end up with this sort of interesting mangled drum soundscape. Which without the main drum rhythm, you can't really make sense of. But then with everything else playing back alongside it, so you can hear what it's doing to the snare delay. It's sort of changing the delay time in a rhythmic way. And it's also just mangling the percussion, the tambourines. It's mangling everything into this weird rhythmic soup, which is so cool. So that's the drum section. And then finally, we've got the centerpiece of the song, which is this weird little bird call, vocal bird call idea. I have been super into hocketing for a couple years now, which is sort of singing different interlocking vocal parts that all combine to create one sort of cohesive vocal line. It's got this trippy sound to it, which I like. It's different voices firing at different times, and yet you hear it as one cohesive vocal part. So this is just kind of a 3/4 polyrhythm, which there are a lot of in this song. And I'm just singing this syllable, coo, which before I had the idea to call the song Cuckoo, it just kind of popped into my head to sing that syllable, so I ended up calling it Cuckoo. Yeah, I like how kind of surreal that sounds. It's a weird, surreal sort of track. It's silly. I like it. Yeah, so we've got this 3/4 polyrhythm. And then the only other vocal sound is this kind of whisper. So those are kind of the only elements of the song. You can see I've only got 4 subgroups here. It's a pretty basic track, but in my opinion it sounds nice and full. You know, it's not overdeveloped. The idea doesn't outstay its welcome. I like this track. And it ended up having this sort of weird kind of Eastern mysticism vibe to it. What with the microtonal tuning and this kind of exotic harp instrument. Again, that kind of approximation of a tabla. The weird kind of vocal chanting. I didn't do it intentionally, but all of this together forms this kind of exotic, mystical picture that I really dig. So yeah, super simple idea. It's got some fun acoustic sounds, some fun electronic sounds, a nice mixture of those two kind of sound worlds. And I think the big picture that resulted is it's an interesting little track. I actually performed this one live. I go to an art school called Cal Arts, and they make you, in my program, they make you do a couple of live shows before you're allowed to graduate. So I performed this song in one of my live shows, and it was really fun. I had a floor tom and my sampler and a vocal mic. So I would pound on the floor tom with a drumstick. I would manipulate the pitch with my elbow and stuff, and then the electronic sounds I would play back on the sampler with my other hand. And then I did one of the coos vocally into the microphone. But let me tell you, it took a little bit of practice to learn that drum part, because it's kind of complicated, especially if you want to actually play it on acoustic drums. It's like you know, it's kind of a complicated drum part. But really fun to play. That's it. There's really not much more to say. It's a pretty minimal arrangement, even more so than I really realized at the time. Well, there you have it. That's Cuckoo. Wow, this was a shorter episode than usual. If you like this track, it's on Spotify and all the streaming services. It's on Bandcamp as well. My artist name is Jacket Pocket, one word, all lowercase. That's me. And this is on my 3rd EP. So if you like this, it's out everywhere. You can go listen to it, add it to your library now, and you can even buy it if you want to. Wouldn't that be crazy? I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll check out my music. And as always, thank you so much for watching. It means the world. I love YouTube. I love it when people share their interests and passions. I'm really into that. And so that's why I do this little series. More people than I ever counted on have already watched it, so I'm so grateful, and thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.